Hello, all. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, thank you very much for joining with along with me for the session of resume building. So unfortunately, I'm so sorry, friends. Like today, I have a technical problem from my end, so I'm not able to share my screen, for which I apologize. And next week, I would really come up with couple of sample resumes to be shared with, like I do every week. Okay. So today, without sharing the screen, I would like to give you all the tips and let you all know how would we do the resume building. Like, would like to let you all know how a resume should not be prepared and speak about resume preparation and what are the basic things we need to make a account of, like when we want to create a resume, like side headings and font sizes, font colors, everything. Okay. The thing is, I've been observing that in many of the resumes which I come across for various positions I am working on for, um, there are of there are many resumes, they are of different colors, different font sizes, and different fonts, which leads to a very wrong precedence, or which will reflect a very wrong precedence. Okay, so please remember one thing, that resume is your face. Any potential employer or recruiter is not looking at you, right? They are looking at your resume, and your resume reflects your face. You should ensure that a couple of basic housekeeping things should be properly done. Housekeeping tasks should be done so that your resume will look professional enough in order to present for any particular client or any position you're applying for. Especially if you're a fresher, then yeah, these things should always be noted. Okay, like we should ensure that the font size, font type, and color for all the side headings is same, or is it is same for all the sections. Okay, headings of sections must be of bigger font than the text within that, right? Like if we give the career objective, we obviously write a one or two liner under the career objective, right? So the heading career objective, the font should be more than the text within the career objective. The two liner you'll be writing, right? Like, I am passionate and no willing to work for an organization XYZ, blah blah blah, will be writing, right? Those two lines should be of a lesser size, or I mean the font size should be less than the heading or the header, the career objective side heading. Okay, the heading of that section. That is one important thing, because it will not look good like if the size of both the heading and the text within it is the same, right? So always the side headings, all the side headings should be maintained with a one single font size. Okay, whatever it is, like career objective, professional experience, the skill set, and all this should be having a once, I mean, you need to follow a one font size. Okay, next thing is grammar. You sure right, you should always take care of the grammar, because the grammatical mistakes will take you down completely. For example, there is a sentence which should end up with a full stop. Make sure you are ending up with a full stop. If it is a bullet points, it should not be preceded by a full stop, right? So these are the things you need to keep in mind. And yeah, you can always take help of in Google Docs or in Word documents. Nowadays we are having Grammarly, the tools like Grammarly, where we can do the spell check and the grammar check as well. It will guide for us for an extent. At least simple language can be used, and the simple mistakes can be avoided, right? Also, another example is the date format. The date, in these some sections of the resume they use oblique, like 01/01 2021, and in some sections of the resume they use 03/05 sorry, 03-05 2021, something like this. So you need to make sure that inconsistency is being taken care of. Okay, full stop should be taken care of. I totally understand this session may sound like an English session, like, I'm telling something regarding the vocabulary, grammar, and everything. If you think so, yes, it is, because these things will help you build a better resume, right? Uh, if you avoid such silly mistakes when preparing your profile will look a, no, a bit professional, isn't it? Because whenever you're applying for a resume, or whenever you're applying for a role in a particular organization, the first thing which is seen by the recruiter or that employer is your resume, right? They are not going to meet you directly, or they're not going to call you directly, right? Once they see your profile, they'll try to understand what kind of experience you have, what are the projects you have worked on, what is your education background, everything, right? Based upon that, they will give you a call, right? Understand? And braces should be also taken care. Commas wherever required, you need to use commas, but you need to make sure after comma, writing the next word, a space should be used. Okay, sometimes double spaces are seen, so please cross check, because it reflects your face indirectly, right? So make sure that proper cases should be used, because if it is a proper sentence, then it should be ended with a full stop. And if it is a bullet point, so make sure it is not ended with a full stop. And if you have bullet points, then and if it is a sorry if it is a paragraph, then it should be ended with a full stop. These are basic things which I have been seeing, and we do help or no reply same thing, saying that these mistakes are there in your profile. Okay, next, coming to nouns, like where you are using name of the college, or the institution where you have taken training. Okay, all these are proper nouns, right? All the proper nouns should be in a proper case, right? Like, or the entire name of the college shouldn't be in all caps, or not all in small letters, small case, right? Uppercase or lowercase, no. So where the first name, if it is for example, the college name is Vijnana Bharati. Okay, so first letter in the letter word Vignan should be V, should be capital, and the other letters should be in the lowercase. Whereas again, coming to Bharati, B should be capital, and the other things should be in lowercase. This is the pattern you need to follow. Okay, all these things should be taken care of. There should be consistency. You need to maintain that consistency. Okay, everywhere it should be consistent enough. So these are few basic housekeeping things you should take care of when you are drafting, or when you are preparing your resume with on your own. Okay, and some other things, like if you don't know how to write a few skills, okay, you might be aware of them, but you don't know how to put them on your resume. If you are in doubt, and even when I am in doubts, I do really do a basic search in Google. Okay, for example, if you take MS PowerPoint, I suggest, if you are in doubt, please do a basic search. It is nothing wrong, isn't it? Like, you can just go ahead and type PowerPoint in Google. Whereas um, you can find what is the correct way you need to write the PowerPoint, like. Yeah, these look like a basic things. And if suppose see thing if suppose I'm coming across for a position, if someone applies with such kind of basic silly mistakes, and whose resume is so shabby, what will I think? Any person, the recruiter who is looking at your resume, or that particular manager who is looking at your resume, will obviously think, like, if what is the person, if he is not, he or she is not aware of the basic things and basic grammar, then they are not maintaining that consistency. They'll obviously think how inconsistent that person is, whom we are going to hire for our organization. This is the first thought they will get, right? Because yeah, I know you'll not believe, but I have the experience of seeing the profiles which look like a wedding invitation also, because they use those all cursive writings, especially when I used to see digital marketing profiles. They used to use that cursive writing. They used to make the resume mostly look like their wedding card. So that is not correct, right? Everything should be professional. The font sizes, the fonts you're using, it either should be Times New Roman or Arial or Calibri, whatever it is, but they should look professional. Nowadays there are sites which are helping with us with the templates to prepare our resumes too, because there is no such template called a sample, or there in your resume should be exactly in this format. You should follow only this format for so and so role. There is no such format. So I'm sorry, yeah, uh, there is no such format to be followed. So you can use any format which looks professional. You can do a basic Google search where you can find n number of templates. Okay, because even I do that basic search. Try to find the templates if I want to help someone. I do that basic search, and I've been seeing many tools where some are paid. I agree. If you want to go paid, yes, we can use them, or else we can also use the free versions where they're giving the basic templates where we can give our name, position, title, and some sort of description about ourselves, and our education background, education details, project experience, whatever. If we are giving that, they are the tools are there are some few tools which are providing us the templates to how to prepare resume. Like there are templates with photograph and without photograph as well. And here when we are want to put photograph on your profile, yeah, please make sure that you're using a professional one. You shouldn't use the selfies, or where you are looking, where you have attended a wedding, or where you want to look like a bride or bridegroom. These kind of things, these kind of photographs should not be put on the resume, because yeah, now the trend is going on that from we are they are putting their profiles on their photographs on their profile. But yeah, make sure you are looking professional enough. Okay, the background will also be taken into account. Just not if you are wearing a suit and if your background is dark and all, that will also put a different kind of impact. Yeah, if you are no if you don't want to take pain, just leave it. It's okay if you don't put a photograph on your resume. Even if you want to put it, please ensure that it is put it I mean, so that it is put in a proper way. You should follow the guidelines. Okay, I mean, there are now such particular guidelines, but your profile, or if your pic should look professional. Okay, I'm telling all these things because you know what? HRs or HR professionals or a recruiter or whoever are screening your profile, or whoever you're seeing your resume for a particular role, they are trained. They are well trained on all such basic things. Okay, because companies train them on these basic things, and they ask to figure out if those profiles are not up to the mark. They just ask to ignore those resumes. They don't even consider your profile, even though if you have good experience and all. If your resume looks shabby and does not follow any basic guidelines, as I'm telling you all, then they'll definitely ignore your profile. Okay, so these are the things no, you need to take care about your profile, which are the basic things. Okay, um, um, next, coming to projects. Okay, now, sorry, I am not able to share my screen. So projects, yeah, never should be ended with a one line. Okay, uh, you should see that projects should have some side headings, like name of the project description should be in a one liner, and project business problem should be given, the technical solution should be given, the algorithms. Like business problem, like for example, if suppose you are doing a project for SBI, we can also mention as a leading bank in India has a problem that a lot of customers are churning out to private banks. So this is the business problem, right? After that, you can write the technical solution, like you're going to talk about algorithms, like and I'm very pretty much sure that you should have used cocktail models and unsupervised learning techniques. You should have used clustering, and within clustering you should have used DB scam. Everything, whatever whatever you have used, please mention that. And supervised techniques, like you should have used neural networks. Give me a moment. I'll just tell you one moment. Just hold on. One. Okay. Sorry, so I was telling, like when you are doing your projects, you can describe, like if you have used unsupervised techniques, like in unsupervised techniques you can write, like if you have used clustering, dimension reduction, association rules, like a recommender systems, network analysis, all these you can put under the unsupervised techniques. And coming to supervised techniques, like what kind of regression models you have used, like KNN models and neural network, the decision trees, the random forest, whatever you have used, you can use them in your uh, the projects, right? So you should be your project should be as elaborated as possible, and it never should be a single line. Okay, please make sure of that, because you will be judged on the projects you have done, the quality of the projects you have done, right? So make sure these things are addressed in your project. And coming to the technical solution, you can mention, like if you have used the cloud implementation or premise implementation, you need to mention that, because nowadays cloud implementation is going fast, right? The world is moving towards cloud, and if you have done it, like it is nothing wrong in mentioning it. Please mention it, because it will be noticed by the recruiter, right? Next, along with the business problem, technical solutions, the algorithms, you can also add the tools you have used. Tools like, did you use the Python, or the libraries which you have used, what kind of libraries you have used. Well, these all will be in your added in your project, right? And coming to the business benefit, like what is the benefit you have achieved by working on this project, by doing this project, what is the benefit you could bring to that organization, right? Like for example, for this particular project, by doing this project there was a reduction in the customer churn, maybe by 13%. You need to put the realistic numbers. Do not put up the fake numbers, because fake info is not needed. We are here to represent what we have learned in a better manner, isn't it? Agree, right? So we need to put everything which is fair enough. No fake things. Everything should be realistic. For putting everything which is realistic, what is the thing you need to do? You need to put your efforts while you're working on the project. Then only you'll be understanding, like what things should be included and what are the things which should not be included. Because freshers, when they are being screened for the interview process, they will definitely be asked questions on the projects done. When you are not able to answer questions on the projects you have worked for, then it will definitely create a different kind of impression on you. They will think that you have worked on a dummy project, or they will think that you have not involved yourself working on a project. It will really create a wrong precedence. Okay, so when you are working on a project, make sure you are involving yourself and putting your majority of your efforts, because when you are getting interviewed, they'll definitely ask you questions on the projects. We have been hearing feedback saying that people are not able to answer questions asked on their own projects. That will give a very wrong precedence, right? So better, when you're working on the projects itself, make yourself, you are involving yourself, and try to understand. Okay, so this is how your project should be presented. Okay, and imagine if you're done with 4 projects, and if you have given in detailed information, think how people will feel seeing your profile. They'll feel it is a very professional, and they'll feel happy seeing your resume when it is professional, when that professional look comes, right? So this is all about preparing your resume. Now I would like to tell few more points on from perspective of 360 digital energy, like what you can do more to no uh, what to say, what you how you can put yourself in front of the employer or the recruiters, where they can feel that you're actively looking for job positions and actively looking for new roles. Okay, how should you reach the maximum audience? Okay, next thing is, once you're done with the assignments, you can download the certificate from our LMS, that is AI Spray, right? By downloading, you need not just keep it on your desktop. You're upskilling yourself, right? So you need to post them on LinkedIn, so that no potential recruiters or employers who are hiring for a new role would come to know seeing your profile, right? And just don't stop yourself there. Go ahead and update it on all the job portals wherever you have applied for a job role. Okay, you can go ahead and do it on Naukri, Monster, Times Jobs, whatever, wherever you have applied for jobs, you can go ahead and update them. Okay, what does mean it when you do all these things? The employer or the recruiter who are seeing your resumes, they get the resumes which are being updated recently will be popped up first, right? Or could appear on the top, and you will be getting these calls from their end, right? So this will happen. If you're not getting interview calls, then simply you're not doing the enough job for you to get reach the maximum audience. Okay. Next thing is, we have accreditation with IBM. So you follow the same process. You can get another certificate. That will be certificate number 2. Yeah, please follow the same process. Do not wait. Go ahead and update on LinkedIn and all the other job portals. This which means that you are actively looking for a job. Okay, and if you're a fresher, it is no harm in specifying it, like saying that in the subject line, that you're looking for a new opportunity, looking for a new job role, or looking for a job change, something like that. And next thing, if you're enrolled for a professional course, you will also get certificate from UTM, which is our top notch university in Malaysia. That is one of the university in top 200 university in Malaysia. Again, don't wait until you once you receive it, don't wait for the next things to pop up. Just go ahead and publish it on LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster, wherever it is required and needed. Okay, you'll also will you'll also be working on live projects, isn't it? Either Panasonic or Innodatatics. You are entitled to work on 4 projects. That would be 2 plus 2, which is like 2 on data science, and 2 would be on artificial intelligence plus deep learning. Rather, we can say deep learning. Okay, when you do the presentations, do post them on LinkedIn. By doing this, you will be notifying the employers. Okay, please update on LinkedIn and all the portals as well. This will just increase the amount of visibility you are taking care for as you're looking for a job. Okay, and after project completion, you will also get a certification from Innodatatics. After doing all these, you will be given 7 certificates and 4 project details. This means that almost 11 times you should have updated your profile on all the job portals, as well as updated your profile on LinkedIn, professional networking sites, like in a span of just 2 to 3 months. right? What does this mean? This means that you are active. I feel no, you are not active, you're super active or hyperactive. This means that you are focusing on your job and focusing on your upskilling yourself, and you are in very eager to get a job. This means, like, the recruiters will be seeing your profile on and off, and they'll feel that you are actively looking for a job opportunity. It means that you are actively looking for a job opportunity, and when your resume pops up first, they will be calling you, right? So this way you will be reaching the maximum audience. Okay, so this is the way you need to upskill yourself, and you need to prepare your profile. I mean, you need to follow those basic housekeeping things in order to make your profile look professional enough. And once you are done doing with your profile, yeah, take help of your peers or seniors who can proofread it for you. If there are any silly mistakes, yeah, they will definitely guide you, and by this way you will be coming up with a professional kind of profile, right? Okay. Yeah, this is what I have here for this week, and let me see if I have any questions for me. Just give me a moment, please. Okay, yeah, thank you for waiting, friends. Yeah, my screen is black. I have addressed this in the starting itself. Yeah, unfortunately there is a technical problem at my end, so it's the reason I'm not able to share my screen with the sample resumes. I'm so sorry for it. So I will be doing that next week, and I'll be coming with not only one, maybe 2 to 3 sample resumes where I can show you all how to prepare a profile, a professional profile with who for a fresher kind of roles. And um, yeah, anything else? Yeah, majority of the questions are the same, like the screen is blank. So I'm so sorry, friends. So that the only reason for my screen to be black is, I'm unfortunately, at the last moment I could not share my screen with the sample resumes, which I'll be doing the next week. Yeah, my apologies for the same. And yeah, thank you all for joining this session. Yeah, please make sure to join the next session at the same time next week, and I'll be coming back with a good number of sample resumes, hopefully. Thank you all. Have a happy weekend ahead.